Tuco the Rat here. We're going to do the second installment on the mental game. And to start out, I first of all want to encourage you to read the book called Winning with Winning in Mind, author Lanny, Bassham. And I also strongly encourage you to read Steve Anderson's 3 books. There's a lot of the mental game covered in there. The part of the mental game I want to talk about today is something that's called your shooting self-image. Or in Lanny's book, he just calls it the self-image. I think of it as my shooting self-image. And what your shooting self-image is it's what you do, it's who you are as a shooter. It's what you're able to do. It's who you can beat and who you know that you can't beat. It's a combination of all those things. And your shooting self-image is always evolving. It's either growing or it's shrinking all the time, based on your experiences. And there's ways that you can train, and there's ways that you can think about your shooting, your training, and your matches in such a way to build the self-image. Very, very important to build that shooting self-image, because you cannot outperform your self-image. No matter how much skill you've got, if you believe you're only this good and you're really shooting this good, you will never be able to shoot that good at a match. You won't be able to. You've got to bring your self-image up to allow your body to exhibit all the skill that it has. So how do you build your shooting self-image? Basically what you do is you focus on the positive. You focus on little successes in your shooting all the time. When I start out a practice session, I said this in the last video too, when I start out a practice session, I start off with something really simple, really easy. For me, it's a sides draw. Something I enjoy doing, I'm relaxed at doing it, I'm good at doing it. I do that first. So I get a victory right away. I do that right. Then I move on to more and more complex drills. Of course, you want to learn and you want to improve your skills, so you can't keep doing just easy things. You have to challenge yourself. But you want to build your shooting self-image by starting out with something you know you can do, then take it up, and then midway to 3/4 of the way through the training that I'm doing, I'll do something that's a step above, something that's harder. I'll add a target. I'll try to do it faster, or whatever it is, and I'll really challenge myself, or I'll try to break. And a lot of times, because I write everything down, you should too. I'll try to break a record that I broke before. Say it's a high record. Say it's a really high it's a high mark to try to beat. Now, if I break that record, or if I come close to that record, and I know that I've just shot in subconscious mind, I've done an excellent performance, I know that's about as good as I can do, I'll stop. I'll take that success, I'll savor that success, I'll remember that success, I'll write it down in my journal. If I've videotaped it, I'll keep the videotape, and I'll bank that success. Very, very important. That builds your self-image. Conversely, if I try to do the challenge and I fail at it, but I still feel relaxed, still feel like I can shoot in subconscious mind, I might do it one more time and see if I can, because sometimes I just need to settle down, then I can do it. And if I do that and I nail it, good. Then I walk away. I take the success. But I don't grind on success. If I have a success, I'm not going to do it over and over and over again until I have a failure. Because I used to do that. I would do a drill, I did good, I broke a record, I'd break it again, I'd go again, and then I would fail, and I'd go again, I'd fail again, I'd go again, and I would be trying to just get back to where I was in the first place, and I couldn't do it. Okay? So never grind on success or failure. If you can do it, good, bank it, write it down, remember it. If you can't do it that day, let it go. Try it maybe one more time, and if you can't do it, let it go. Forget about it. Don't do that drill for a while. Go to something else. So the whole point is, you want to build a record of success basically in your subconscious mind. It's in your conscious mind, but your shooting self-image is in your subconscious mind. So you want to bank all that good stuff, and you want to forget about all the bad stuff. You want to visualize the good stuff that you want to do, and you want to never visualize the bad stuff. You know, I have little slogans that I write down, and I put them in my equipment room for my shooting bag, my guns, and my ammunition and stuff. And on the wall it says, "You can only trust your subconscious mind to execute skills." That's one of the things I wrote down. And that goes a little bit more with the subconscious shooting, was in the last video. But the point is, focus on what you want to do. Don't focus on what you failed at. Forget that. There's a saying, feast and forget. Feast on the good stuff, forget about the bad stuff. You know, if I video something that doesn't go right, I erase it right away. You know, if I shoot a target up wrong and I hit it in areas I don't want to hit it at, if I hit a no-shoot or something, I tape it right away. I do not let myself look at those bullet holes in the wrong place. Conversely, if I pull off a really good run, I take my time taping that thing. I take some time to look at it. Look at those holes. You know, when I do a draw at a 2 alpha at 25 yards in a second and a half, or however fast I do it, I can't remember. But when I have a good run, I don't rush down there and tape those holes right away. I look at them. And if I've videotaped it, I'll watch that videotape. If it's a success, I savor it. If it's a failure, I forget it as fast as I can. So that's the principle of feast and forget, building the shooting self-image. You know, saying I hear associated with all kinds of bodybuilding and other kinds of training. If it doesn't kill me, it makes me stronger. That's bullshit when it comes to shooting. Okay? Things that tear you down do not make you stronger. You need to build your shooting self-image with a series of successes. You need to forget about failures. You don't want to grind on failure over and over again. You want to, if you realize you can't do something that particular day, put it down. Go do something you can do. Build a series of successes. Don't grind on failures at all. So that whole thing about it doesn't kill me, it makes me stronger, I don't believe that. That's crap. You get stronger by winning. You get stronger by success. So that's my second installment of the mental game, how to build your shooting self-image.